All right, 7th grade, our objective is still continue, not for the Keystone exam, that should say final, to continue reviewing for the final exam. We're going to quickly go through the answers for each part from 37 to 72, and then I'll let you know what the next part is. And if you guys do well with this part, then yes, you can work with someone in class. As I said yesterday, if you get further, that's just to your advantage. It's less you have to do next week, okay? So starting with 37, everyone flip to 37. Everyone flip to 37. I'll check it later. You're right, I forgot. Okay, Will, can you tell us what you got for 37, please? Just 6. That's not an ordered pair because it's a linear equation. Okay, Brianna, 38. Good. Jared, 39. Good. 30 and 30. So check 37, 38, 39. Make sure you're okay. Okay, Andy, number 40. Say that again. No. I think you forgot to divide. Brian, C. Good. Negative 1, 0, and 3 over 2, 0. Luke, C, 41. Good job. Brianna, 42. Guys, come on. Brianna, 42. If you're solving for a quadratic function, yes, you need to put it in an ordered pair. Okay? So yes. If it's just a linear function, like x plus 3 equals 4, it's just one answer. If it's a quadratic function, you should have 2 x-intercepts. Whether they're the same or different, write them as 2. Okay, let me read the rest of those. So again, 41 was negative 1, 0, and negative 6, 0. 42 is x equals negative 2. All right, Brian V, 43. Good. 44, Kevin. Good. Jared, 45. Good job. Eric, next one. Good. 46 is x equals 18. Alina, 47. You need to factor using AC grouping. Or solve. You forgot to solve, sorry. So if you set them equal to 0, you just make sure you solve each of them. Madison, what'd you get for 47? Okay. Nathan, 47? No. Gigi? Okay, the only thing you need to add is it should be negative 7, 0, and negative 1 over 7, 0. 48 should be negative 10. All right, Anastasia, 49. And? There are 2 answers on that one. So take out the GCF, separate them, set them each equal to 0. Jared? Good. 4 and 0. Luke B, 50. That's the quadratic formula. Can't factor that one. Okay. Anyone have that one with the quadratic formula? Go ahead. Over. You got it. Good job. I'll put that up in a second. Kyle, what'd you get for 51? Say that again. You need to add 24 to both sides, take out the GCF, and then separate them, set them each equal to 0, and solve. I think maybe you forgot to do that. Okay, Andy? Good. So check those. Ignore my big X here. I'll just move it, actually. Ignore that. So 49, 50, 51, the quadratic formula I wrote in red, if you didn't hear Luke B. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Jared. Sorry, that should have been a 2. My fault. All right. Number 52 should be 3 over 2, 0, negative 3 over 2, 0. 53, x equals negative 2. 54 is 4, 0, and negative 4, 0. Gigi, 55? We're going to be, yeah. You want to do it? Tell us what you got. 55 should be -1/2, comma 0, -17, 0. 56 should be 5/6, 0, and -5/6, 0. Number 57 should be 0, 0, and 9/7, comma 0. Okay, 58, and of course I'll come back to questions. 58 should be 7. 59 should be -3/4, comma 0, and -3/2, comma 0. 60 should be 5, 0, and 1, 0. 61 should be 7/2, comma 0, and 1/3, comma 0. You may change them to decimals as well. 62, 0, 0, and 5/2, comma 0. 63, 8, 0, and -8, 0. 64, 3, comma 0, 15, comma 0. 65, x equals -3. 66 is a quadratic formula problem. You should have 11 plus the square root of 145/6, comma 0, and 11 minus the square root of 145/6, comma 0. 67 should be 19/13, comma 0, and -19/13, comma 0. 68, also using the quadratic formula, should be -1 plus square root of 14, comma 0, -1 minus square root of 14, comma 0. 69 is all real numbers or many solutions. 70, almost done, should be -13/14, comma 0, and -1/2, comma 0. 71 is -11/5 or -2.2, and 72 is no solution. Okay, does anyone need repeats before I ask about questions? Nathan, what number? 6, I'll go to 60 first for you. 60 should be 5 and 1, and then you said 57? Or was it 56? Okay, 57, 0, 0, and 9/7, comma 0. Jared, what number? 61 and 63, you said? Okay, 61, 7/2, comma 0, and 1/3, comma 0. And then 63 was 8 and -8. Anyone else need a repeat if I went too fast or you didn't hear something? All right, what problems are you confused with? What problems do you need me to go over? This was a hard section. Eric? 72. 72 is no solution. 69 is many solutions. 72 is no solution. 69 is many solutions. Okay, guys, are you sure? You know how to do all those problems? No. Hold on a second. Brianna, say that. All right, well, go. I told you guys that yesterday to solve. You were here, though, miss. Brianna. Understandable. Madison, just listen. Will, Kevin. Will, are you serious about there's too many questions? All right. Are you guys positive? Would you say, Brian V? Make more. Oh, geez. I might not have the 7th graders next year. They might not have. I might not have them 2 years in a row anymore. They change things. All right, last. I don't know yet. I'm waiting to hear. I'll let you know as soon as I know. Luke C. Okay. All right. Are you guys positive? I'm really surprised. All right. Here's what I want you guys to work on. Okay. 73 through. Shh. Listen. Shh. Let me just make sure. Hold on. Okay. Listen. 7th grade. Okay. So the first 73 through 84, the first 11 are just fill in the blank. Okay. Not going to take you very long. There are some more questions after that. You just write a sentence instead of a word. If you finish up through 120, I broke this down for next week into about problems, 30 to 40 problems a night, depending on how involved and how long the problems were. I'd like to start the final on Friday, but I'd also like to have a whiteboard review day or some kind of game before then. So if you keep moving, you'll have less work for next week, promise. The final exam is going to take a couple of days. Yes, it's similar to this. Okay, so please make sure you're asking me questions because it's very hard for me to go over every single problem in this. Unless you, Luke B, quit yelling out. Unless you ask. So let me know. I'm going to walk around here today. You may work with someone. However, yesterday, some of you guys were not on task. If that happens again, you're going back to your seat and you're working quietly. So if you work with one other person, you need to be working. Okay, if you have a question, put your hand up. If you want to use my answer key to check what you've done so far, let me know. I will give it to you. You can look through some of the problems. Brianna, did you get the changes that I made on the video yesterday? There were some changes. Well, that's because I don't record it until we have class. Okay, well then we need a chance to go on there because there were some things we fixed or ask someone. Luke C, are you okay? I thought that was a hand. Luke B. I don't know, but I can check for you. Yeah, it's in that box over there. Yep. Luke C. Who? All right, whoever's absent, whoever's running, Luke C said good luck. He gives you a shout out. All right. You guys, if you'd like to work with someone, go ahead and